రాష్ట్రంలో కురుస్తున్న ఎడతెరిపిలేని వర్షాలు వరదలపై సీఎం జగన్మోహన్ రెడ్డి సమీక్ష నిర్వహించారు. శ్రీకాకుళం నుంచి ఏలూరు జిల్లా వరకు కలెక్టర్లతో ఆయన వీడియో కాన్ఫరెన్స్ లో మాట్లాడారు. ఈ సందర్భంగా గోదావరి ఉధృతి, వరద సహాయక చర్యలపై సీఎం జగన్మోహన్ రెడ్డి దిశానిర్దేశం చేపట్టారు. ఈ సమావేశంలో హోంమంత్రి తానేటి వనిత, వ్యవసాయ శాఖ మంత్రి కాకాని గోవర్ధన్ రెడ్డి ఉన్నారు.
స్టేట్ లో వర్షపాతం ఈ రోజు నుంచి కొంచెం తగ్గుముఖం పడతా ఉంది. As per our IMD reports, I think by tomorrow you would have a situation where మన స్టేట్ లో వర్షాలు బాగా నార్మల్కి వచ్చే పరిస్థితి, ఎక్సెప్ట్ ఫర్ ఫ్యూ ప్లేసెస్, ఐసోలేటెడ్ ప్లేసెస్ లో మాత్రమే వర్షాలు ఉండే పరిస్థితి రేపటికల్లా వస్తుందని IMD రిపోర్ట్స్ చెప్తాను. సో గుడ్ న్యూస్. బట్ ది అలార్మింగ్ న్యూస్ is, or rather news that we ought to take very seriously is that probably in the past 100 years, never have we seen this kind of discharge in Godavari so early in the year. Mamulga, this kind of discharge post above 10 lakhs discharge usually is a phenomena in August. But for the first time, we are also seeing this phenomena in the month of July itself, and that too in the first half of July itself. So that is a slightly alarming factor. But nevertheless, the current discharge at Dhavaleshwaram is around about 13 lakh cusecs, and this was reported at 11 a.m. And 13 lakh signifies second warning situation, and this is likely to move up to even 15-16 lakhs also closer to tomorrow. These are the reports that we have. So be prepared for even 16-17 lakhs of discharge also. The fact that even though we are going to be getting lesser rain starting tomorrow, the IMD also predicts Maharashtra to get even more rain. So that would have an impact on Godavari, and that in turn would have an impact on waters coming into Polavaram. So the situation of this 15-16 lakhs which will be registered tomorrow might continue to remain for some time, for at least 3-4 days, because of the fact that Maharashtra continues to get heavy rainfall. So be mindful of these numbers, and has given you instructions as to what are the protocols that one should be ready with. Be mindful of this fact. Not one death should be registered anywhere. That is the challenge that all the collectors would have to ensure. మీ జిల్లాలలో ఒక్క డెత్ కూడా రిజిస్టర్ కాకూడదు. This is something that one should be very, very, very mindful of it. I think currently you have 2 NDRF teams positioned at Konavaram and Chintur, Allur Sita Ramaraju districts. And 4 SDRF teams are also stationed at VR Puram, East Godavari, Konavaram, Allur Sita Ramaraju district, Amalapuram, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Konaseema district, and Jangareddy Godam in Elur district for search and rescue operations. So please make sure that these facilities are properly used so as to avoid any casualties which may arise. Ensure that control rooms are fully in operation. Monitor these control rooms, and also ensure that 24/7 these control rooms are working. It's very important that these control rooms are taken very seriously. And also, not to mention these bleaching, lime, phenyl, whatever are required for these sanitation purposes, including procurement of chlorine tablets and for chlorination of drinking water in case of emergency. Please make sure that they're also put in position so as to avoid any kind of pandemic or any of these kind of disasters. Please make sure that all the CPWS schemes, the drinking water schemes, are functioning. Even if it means that positioning generators also a standby, so as to ensure that these CPWS schemes continue to function without interruptions. Please ensure that drinking water packets, they're also packed and kept ready so as to ensure that distribution becomes easier. and supply of drinking water tankers. These are also something that you need to be positioning beforehand. So even if you were to shift from other parts of the state, please ask, and we will ensure that these are also supplied to you. And within the district of yours also, please ensure that these tankers are made available in the affected areas. And please be mindful of the weak structures in your district, be it weak roads, be it weak drains, be it weak irrigation structures, irrigation tanks. Please be mindful of them, because these would be man-made calamities. Failure on our part to not focus on these structures could be disastrous. So please be mindful of these structures, very, very important. And also these EHT substations, the 122 kV and above substations. These you cannot have them inundated, because they will affect the entire state. So please be mindful of these EHT substations and inundations there, so that water doesn't come into these substations. Proper pumping arrangements are also put in place, so that dewatering takes place consistently, so that these EHT substations are not put to any danger. And of course, boats, life jackets, fire stations at vulnerable places, please make sure that they're all put in place and in position.